Hello, and welcome back to Just Talking with Sam. How are you? How was your weekend? What's going on? How's life? I hope it's treating you well. I hope your weekend went well. So there isn't really quite a topic today, just like how it was in my last episode, but we're just gonna go with the flow like we always do. It's what I kind of do best nowadays. Anyways, so today being Tuesday, we're only like on the first part of the week. So my weekend was pretty good. I helped my sister move into her apartment. It was pretty smooth, really quick if I'm being honest. And then I believe Sunday was just like a rest day. She brought her dog over, my fur nephew, and I stood in bed all day and took 2 naps. I was not planning on that, but it happened, and I blame my fur nephew for that. Anywho, and then yesterday being Monday, I went to class. And this week is technically the first week. So last week we didn't do anything but kind of introduced each other, kind of get to know your professor, go to workshops of your choice to figure out like how the school works, what clubs are there to join. And then this week is when we get to like the business. So we went over the syllabus and kind of started working on stuff. So on Mondays in the mornings, I have math class. Kind of pretty difficult, but only because I woke up with a headache. So I had a headache all day at school, and it just was not easy to work through. And then in the afternoon classes, I have communication. I really like the class. My headache was there, but not too bad. So I was able to kind of get through the class. So I stayed an hour later after school to get some homework done. And I might lose track of that because I'm about to go eat because my food just got here. I'll be back, y'all. And about some time later, I'm back. But you guys won't realize that because this is all together. Hi, hello, welcome back. I finished eating. I ordered Chinese food. Let's just hope my sister don't listen to this because she'd probably be mad that I ordered Chinese food without her. But just a quick note. I know I told you guys that I was not going to record while there's a lot of background noise. But there may be some background noise today. And it's my fur nephew. I did mention him earlier. So he's like literally by my hip, sleeping, breathing so hard. So if you hear him, don't mind it. I'm not minding it, so you shouldn't mind it. That's just natural. He's breathing. It's gonna stay that way. Anyways, back to my classes. I stood an hour later to get some homework done. And then I went to Starbucks to go drop it off at my sister because she works down the street from my school. And then after I went to Primark, got a couple of things. And then I went to Olive Garden. I love Olive Garden. If you didn't know, I do love Olive Garden a lot. And I ate by myself. If I'm being honest, this time, yesterday, for some reason, I didn't want to be by myself. Literally asked everybody and anybody to come with me. Nobody was able to come with me. It's pretty sad. So I ate by myself and was watching Elf because they had played a song that reminded me of Elf, so I just started watching the movie while I ate. Pretty sure the waiter who was taking care of me was judging me hard, but like it's not my fault that nobody wanted to come with me, one, and it's not my fault that they just put all the food on my table all at once too, so it's like, just leave me be. Anyways, after I finished eating Olive Garden, I went to go get a membership at the gym. I'm not going to tell you where, but if you put context clues together, you might know where. But I'm not going to say the name, nor will I confirm it, unless I know you personally. And I feel safe sharing that with you. Anyways, So I got a gym membership, and Thursday I'm going at 9 a.m. because I got the day off. I requested the day off so I could go to my sister's house. Um, so that's kind of the rest of the week for me, school, work, the gym, and then Saturday's the walk. And then after I have my cousin's birthday party, and then Sunday should be like a rest day, but I might just go to the gym. I don't know what days I want to start going to the gym, but it might just be whenever I'm off. Okay, so now on to the next thing. Nothing came to mind, but I've been posting on my social medias to have people ask me questions that I can answer on my podcast. So, I'm not gonna do like all the questions in one episode, but I'm gonna answer like one question per episode. So, this wasn't really a question, but it was somebody like suggesting on me talking about like some self-care, self-love tips, which I've been working on. So, I would say self-care tip, or some of the stuff that I do for self-care, is I've been working on my skin routine, or I've been trying to have a routine in the morning. So, how my routine in the morning can go, I haven't been able to do it recently because I've just been tired and just kind of rolling out of bed to start my day, whether it be work or school. But my routine would be, so I know I'm repeating myself, but my morning routine would be waking up, making my bed. So that's one thing that I've been doing for a while, every day, every morning at least, is I would make my bed. And then I go ahead, grab my face soap, and then go wash my face, take care of myself, brush my teeth. And then I have like a whole skincare routine. So I'll like sit at my mirror that has affirmations on it. I made like a little sticker from my Cricut machine, and I put affirmations on it. And then I have this little whiteboard on, like a little piece of the whiteboard on my mirror. And on that piece of little whiteboard, I put the date and put like another affirmation that I might need for that day. So I'll sit there, kind of like talk to myself, not in a weird way, you guys, but like kind of get myself ready for the day, hype myself up, read over the affirmations, and kind of prepared myself for the day that I know is ahead of me. Whether that be a calm day or a super busy, hectic day, I will sit there and help myself prepare mentally. And then either I would put some like music that like hypes me up, or I'll put Christmas music because I know that kind of like brings me down to the center, kind of helps me out. And I make sure to bring like some fidget toys with me throughout the day. So that's kind of a self-care thing. Self-love, I guess I would just say, is the affirmations again. Just kind of having affirmations everywhere that I know I'm gonna look at every day. So like my mirror, it's the biggest thing, is my mirror, and I have affirmations on there. Another thing for self-love is just taking care of myself. I mean, I guess you would put that under self-care, but kind of listening to my body, like stopping whenever I know it's tired, not pushing myself, not overworking myself. Just watching a movie at night to just kind of relax from the day I've had. Um, a self-care tip mentally is I have an app on my phone that I write in for detail to detail about my day, just to kind of clear my head, get everything down on something, so it's not stuck in my head, I'm not storing anything. Okay, so I might sound a little bit further than I did for the like from what I've recorded already, but it's because I'm testing out like my setup. It was like getting tiring to hold my microphone. So hello. Okay, we'll test out this setup. So when I think about it, I don't have a lot of self-care, self-love tips. I just kind of do what my body tells me to do. I listen to it. I like rest when I need to rest. I don't overwork myself. I don't push myself too much. Like, I push myself to a certain extent, but not too much. So that really didn't give me the length that I wanted for this video, not video, for this podcast. So I'm going to answer another question that I kind of kept getting. Not really, but I really loved the question. And it was, what was your dream job as a kid and has it changed now? So I don't know if you guys are going to believe me. So ever since 6th grade, I absolutely loved math. Math was my favorite subject ever. It was amazing. And you guys may not believe that because earlier in this podcast I was just saying how difficult math class was. But give me some time. I won't say that every day. But math class was my favorite subject in school. And since 6th grade, I remember this. Since 6th grade, I've always wanted to become a math teacher. That was always my dream job, was to become a teacher. But specifically for math. And then it stood like that till last year. I get into college and I put my major down as an elementary or as an education major. And instead of going for math, I wanted to do it for special ed students. If you didn't know, I'm going to get a little personal here. If you didn't know, I myself was a special ed student from preschool to 6th grade. I was in special ed. And so I kind of just wanted to return the favor as, like, becoming a teacher. Because I know what, like, as a child with special education needs, I know, like, what they go through. So I kind of felt like I connected on a personal level, and it just wanted to repay back, if that makes sense. But I know I would stay here in Chicago, so it means most likely I would go into CPS. Nothing against CPS, but it can be a lot. So I decided to change my major. And the school that I go to doesn't have a lot of majors there. So I was going through them, and the only one that really interested me was business administration. So if you know me, I went to try to start a business. I didn't get much support in it. I didn't get anything from it from anybody. Maybe like 1 or 2 people. But, it just wasn't what I imagined. The support, I guess, I don't know, I tried, but it didn't go far. And I'm okay with it. I mean, I figured I learned to be okay with it. So I was like, business administration, I tried to open a business once. I tried to do a business once. Let me see, like, if I can be more successful in the future if I study it. This was halfway through freshman year that I switched my major. So I wasn't taking any class major related yet because we just do the basics the first year. And then I finished my first year and I go start sophomore year. I started sophomore year like last week, but I kept checking, like, because I don't register for my classes. I have a success coach and they do that for me. So I kept checking to see when my classes would update, and I seen that they were. And I know, so in my head, I know that the way my school does it is that your second year, you're still taking some basics, but that's when you start going into your classes of major. So when I checked my classes, it was related to education major. And I was like, well, that's not right. I already switched it. It's in the system that I switched it, so I shouldn't be getting these classes at all. So I had to schedule a meeting with my success coach. I scheduled a meeting with my success coach, and they sent me to like a whole different one that wasn't even related to any of the majors I've ever had. It was weird, but I was so happy to meet him. I met him because he kind of changed my life. Not in a dramatic way, but he kind of changed me. Not changed me, but he changed the outlook of my major, if that makes sense. He got to know me a little bit, heard what I do as a job, and was like, communication major is like the best fit for you. And I was like, well, what's that? I've never heard of the communication major. Like, can you please tell me more? And so he brought in my correct success coach. And all three of us were talking, and they both agreed that communications was like the best fit for me. So I was like, but I still don't know what communication major is. So we all sat there just kind of them telling me about it, and each time I learned something new about it, it felt like a puzzle piece to my major, because business administration didn't feel like that for me. It was just kind of like a backup plan to get away from the education major. But when I heard about communication major, I was like, oh my god, where was this all my life? Like, why didn't I know about this my senior year of high school? It's weird, you know? But I found the communication major, and so now my dream job is like completely different from being a teacher. You know, it's, I would say my dream job now is like content creator content. My dream job is making content for social media. So going back a little bit, my junior year of high school, I had an art class that was for computers only. So it's kind of where I found my love for like graphic art, for art, any type of art on digital. So I did it for that class, but after I also graduated, and even after I finished junior year, I started continuing it more on a personal level. So I just kind of fell in love with art digitally, like making art digitally. So I started off with graphic design, and I just kind of kept looking forward into that. So I kind of have a job right now. I'm a content creator for this resource website that is for college students and high school students. It's called Summer Hub. So if anyone is out there that's in high school or is about to get into college or is in college, I would highly suggest you to go over to summerhub.org. It has all the resources on there. If you're in high school about to like get into college, you could always specify it to the college that you're looking at, and it'll tell you everything about it, everything they have, everything they provide for you. Not me promoting my job on my podcast. I'm sorry. But I'm not just promoting it because I work for it, but I'm also promoting it because I used it as a senior, and it really helped me a lot going into college, and it helped me with a bunch of resources that I need. But so right now I'm a content creator, and that's kind of what my success coach went based off of, and it was like, communication is like the best fit for you, and you actually have a head start because you're working. That's something that leads to this in future career when you like graduate college. And if you know me well enough, then I've told you once or twice before that I really like my job. I like making content. I love editing. I love posting. I love anything about social media, which, you know, sounds funny because I'm pretty sure I said this before on the podcast, but like, it's like when I was younger, I was like, no, social media, ew, disgusting. But now, like, I want to work for social media, and it's weird. So look, I have a head start. I have a head start with working as a content creator, actually doing stuff that like this major leads into, and then another head start is this podcast. My communication professor, I tell him I have a podcast, and he's just like, yeah, you're so ahead of the game. You're ahead of like anybody else here because of my podcast. Like I'm doing a podcast on my own because of my job. I'm working kind of like inside the field already, you know? So it's like if I love my job now, might as well study it, get a degree out of it, and further my career, further my education. Two birds with one stone. So in short, to answer the question, yes, my dream job changed from when I was younger till now. But the craziest part is it just changed like last year. You know, I was never planning on changing it, but it just kind of happened. Um, so yeah, I really like the question because I've always wanted to talk about it. I always wanted to talk about how I got to my major that I'm at now. You know, like it's crazy because I never knew what communication major was, but now that I do, it feels like the missing puzzle piece that I needed for school, for education, for my major, you know? It feels right. It feels it feels perfect in my life, and I love that feeling. I love when something is just like, wow, this was this piece is this is what's been missing. But now that I have it, I feel good. Now that I know what it does for me, for my life, I can see my future. I can see what I want to do and not pretend like I have it all together, you know? Because with the business administration major, it felt like I was pretending that I have it all together. It felt like I was pretending like I knew what I wanted to do in life. And it felt so wrong. It felt wrong, but I was so lost and I didn't know what to do. So to me, that success coach that had nothing to do with any of my majors was like, this was meant to happen. This was supposed to happen. This was in the works. This was in the plan the whole time, you know? Like we were supposed to meet each other and he was supposed to talk to me, and I mean the goal was never to change my major. The meeting that I set up was to change my classes to the correct major. It was never to change my major. Um but to go into that meeting with the intent of changing my classes to the correct major that I had, but to leave the meeting with feeling good about the major that I'm going to change to was incredible. And you want to know what the craziest part is? The craziest part is he he was leaving. So he was going into like a whole nother career field instead of being a success coach at a college. Like that was like one of his last days working at my school. That's the craziest part. Like, who's to say I was supposed to ever meet this success coach? Like he's leaving. I may never see this guy again. But the day that I did see him, he helped me figure out what I want to do. And isn't that insane? Isn't like what a coincidence. Is that the correct word? What a like what a wow, mind-blowing moment. And it felt amazing. And he goes, when I was leaving out of his office, he goes, you know, you're gonna make me proud one day. I may never see you again, but I know you're gonna make me proud. Mind you, I've never met the success coach before, but like it's just mind blowing, you know, when I like say it out loud again. It's just like, wow, that happened. Like this guy that I was never supposed to know. And you know, for some reason they had my meeting scheduled with him. Like it was meant to be, you know? It felt right. Two more topics that I want to get to before I end off today's episode. So, I'm pretty sure I've told you guys this before, but every year I try to watch all the Michael Myers movies. And in 2019, I've watched 5 Michael Myers movies. But I'm happy to report back to you guys that so far I've watched 7 Michael Myers movies this year. So I beat my 2019 record, and I couldn't be any more happy. I'm so happy that I watched so many more movies than I did in 2019, and I'm gonna continue to watch all of them before October 14th, which is when the new movie comes out. But I just wanted to update you guys on that because it's like a big thing. It's a big thing to me. Like, I got excited when I seen that I watched more movies than I did in 2019. I'm gonna continue watching them today. I might just put it on while I continue to work on a couple more videos for my job. But so let's just hope that I watch all the movies before the new movie comes out. I think I can do it. Let's hope I can do it. Let's see. What if by next Tuesday I do like 5 more movies? Well, let's see. 7, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, just about. Yeah, if I do 5 more movies by next Tuesday, that means I've watched all of them before October 14th. I will have to check my math and I will have to check my paper to see if I'm correct. We'll see. I did skip a movie. It's called the 3 Season of Witches. It's like in the category of Michael Myers, but he's not in it, so I'm gonna skip that for last because it's not Michael Myers, but it's in there, you know? So I'm gonna save that for like the last one. My second topic before I let you guys go is I have so my audience is growing, and I deeply appreciate anyone who is listening and is just super excited about my podcast. But I know I have this one person who stays on top of my podcast. You know who you are. Thank you. I really appreciate you. I'm not gonna say your name. I don't wanna give it away. But thank you. I really appreciate you so much. It feels amazing. Like, I was just on a call with this person the other day, and they go, I can't wait for Tuesday. And in my head, because I was kind of busy, so in my head I was like, Tuesday, what's Tuesday? And I was like, oh, I set to put my podcast Tuesdays and Thursdays. Okay, I see you now. Like, it got me excited, and I'm really happy for you to be excited about my podcast and actually listen to my podcast. I really appreciate it. You helped me a lot to get through my episodes and actually film it and continue to film it and continue to stay to the commitment that I put. And anyone else who is listening, I really do appreciate you guys too. I get a bunch of texts from a lot of people telling me things that I know I've only told in the podcast and not to those certain people specifically. So I know you guys are listening, and I really appreciate it. I really, really do. You guys are my motivational. You guys are my motivation now. Okay? Let's just get that clear. You guys are my motivation, and I deeply appreciate you. You really helped me a lot. You're helping my future career. You're helping me get through a lot. You're helping me get through my social anxiety, my anxiety in general. You guys are incredible. I really, 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 really deeply appreciate you guys more than you'll ever know, okay? So, let's go ahead and start ending this podcast, this episode. If you've listened to this podcast all the way to this end, I will want you to let's see. I would want you to put the emoji. I don't know, I want to say an emoji that that is going to throw people off, because I think for the last 2 episodes I've put emojis that kind of relates to this episode, to the episode that I was talking in. But this time I want you guys to put the salt shaker emoji on my Facebook. It's weird, but that's the point of it, okay? I want you guys to put the salt shaker on my timeline, on my Facebook timeline, or you can message me it. It's gonna be weird, and it's gonna throw everybody off, which is what I love about it. And it's there. I just seen it. I just put it in my own messages, so there is a salt shaker. emoji, go ahead and put that in. And if you need to like search it up, you can search up the word salt and it'll come up. It comes up with like the pretzel, but the salt shaker. That's what I want on my timeline this time, guys. Okay. So I hope the rest of the week goes well for you. I'll post an episode Thursday, I promise. I don't know what I'm gonna talk about it on it yet. I might just answer another question that I got from the recent posts that I've been posting. But I hope the rest of the week goes well for you. I hope today and tomorrow goes well for you. Come back for the next episode. But stay safe, stay hydrated, have a good day. If you ever need somebody and you have a way to contact me and you need just like someone to listen to you, I'm here. Text me. I'll move my whole schedule around for you, I promise. But just know you are loved, you are wanted, and just stay safe, okay? Bye. Till next time.